Shalom, beloved. Is a word. I wanted to talk about ministry, your ministry, my ministry. I put out a video. I'm not sure how that video is going to go. If you see mess behind me, just forgive it. Okay, I've been moving some things around, but I don't want this video to take too long because a lot of people, what I realize is the longer the video goes, the less attention it may garner. One of the things when my husband was sick, he ended up in care. They call it rehabilitation. At one point, he definitely needed it. But uh, he was in a nursing facility. Many of those same said nursing facilities, they're short staffed. Many of the people are neglected and abused, be it physically, psychologically. The staff is understaffed. The families come in and they're overwhelmed, as well as the patient. And one of the ministries that is needed at this time is the nursing home ministry. You have the patient who needs ministers to come in. These are people that got their boots on, baby. You coming in and you giving a kind word. You're sharing the word, whether you are uh, going into the rooms, whether or not you are working in a recreational center doing ministry. Um, it is a spiritual pulpit. Okay, many of the people, they're so sick that some of them don't have family members that can come in and check on them. Sometimes you have staff that are more interested in their cell phones than the patients. Some of the staff themselves are overwhelmed and overworked because it's short staffed. Okay, or the caregivers, the family members, the friends that are giving care, they need support. It is a three-pronged circumstance that we're talking about. Everybody wants to ensure that they don't end up in a nursing home, but it can happen without warning. There's no guarantee that you could be walking across the street one minute and waking up and you're in a care facility the next. There's no guarantee in this world. My husband was in a nursing facility because he needed rehabilitation. He had been in the hospital, they put him in a nursing facility. When I got sick, and I was only sick for 2 days trying to get up there to help me, he called me in the middle of the night to tell me some young man walked in the room. He was trying to take his phone, his charger. And I asked him, "Did you know the young man?" "No." Okay. Another time, my sciatic nerve started bothering me. That's why I couldn't make it up. And it was only 2 days. The second day, I actually hobbled up there. And anybody ever had a sciatic nerve bothering them, they know what I'm talking about. It's painful. Um, but when I went back, he told me, he said, other than bringing the food in the room, nobody came. Nobody came. Um, there are people, they don't have visitors. Um, they lose their homes. These nursing facilities, a lot of times, will financially exploit the people. They will take their homes from them while they're staying in there. They will I don't know if y'all can see me because this machine is doing its own thing and I'm gonna come off of whatever it just did. Um, but I don't know if you can hear me. Okay, I think you can. All right, this is the first time I ever went live on this particular computer, but I think it's necessary. I have a friend, she was a nurse. She talked about how the family, they were so frustrated with the care. When they came out, one of the people just screamed, hollered, and cursed her out. And so you have staff that need support, you have families that need support, and then you have the patients that need support. It doesn't matter how old, it doesn't matter how young. Some people can have an aneurysm, they can be in an accident, and suddenly, without warning, they're in a nursing care facility. Okay, because nobody can give them all the dynamics and the different aspects of care that they need. This is a voluntary ministry. It is a needed ministry, whether you just volunteer 1 hour a week, okay, whether you take friends, the staff needs to know they're cared about, spoken to, and supported. I'm talking from the young man that mops the floor all the way up to the doctors and nurses and everybody in between, or the families that come in. Some of them are devastated. They're watching their loved ones die, okay? And it is over their heads. They're trying to be strong for their loved ones, but they need support too. When my husband was sick and I brought him home because it was outrageous what was going on in there, uh, I had to administer medicine. I had to feed him. I had to take care of him almost like my own child. Um, when they finally started sending hospice and the chaplain came and the chaplain said, "You need to take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself." And I thought the words were odd because everybody that was coming was mainly coming for him. But she was like, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, forgive yourself, because you can get frustrated, you can get overwhelmed by all that is before you. And you're trying to be strong for your loved one or the people that come, and you need care of yourself. There is a ministry out here, beloved, that you can go to a nursing facility near you and volunteer an hour a week, 2 days a week, and I'm talking an hour or two. You walk around and you go and visit patients that nobody comes and sees. You speak a good word, speak the word of God. Go in a recreational center. You contact the recreational manager, and they will set it up so that you can go in there and be a help. Again, it could be the staff. You go in, you get a couple friends, y'all might put little baskets of cookies together. And I just want to tell you, good work, well done. Okay. Um, these are the things that are needed desperately. There are ministries without ministers right now because a lot of people, they're looking for the pulpit. They're looking for um uh to be the all that. But what did Yeshua say? What did he say? When you fed the least of your brethren, when you clothed the least of your brethren, you visited me when I was sick. Shalom to Jasmine and Malik. A lot of us, I watched my mother, she panicked. This was years ago when she was sick before the Lord took her. She didn't want to end up in a nursing home. Everybody knows how bad it can be in a nursing home. But there is a ministry waiting for us, beloved, that is right there. Okay. And it's a three-pronged ministry. The patients, okay, the staff, they need support. They need to know they matter. The guy mopping the floor, if he didn't make it to work that day, grab the bucket, grab the mop. Can you imagine going in and the smells that can assault you? But put your boots on. I'm talking spiritual boots. Put that whole armor on and be ready to do what's needed and let them people know I've got none but love, support, and respect for you because there but by the grace of God go I. Okay. And even though this is voluntary, they're not handing out money. Okay. You're getting blessed in another way. It could be your child, it could be your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your best friend, you. Okay. You can already step off the curb. You're distracted. You got a lot on your mind, and the mercy of God makes somebody call a name that you think is your name. And right before you or your loved ones step off that curb, you turn around and that car that was flying by that you missed you. Okay. There are many ways to be blessed. Okay. I was listening to this minister talking about the difference between a gifting and a calling. Many of us are ministers and we don't even know it. Okay. Like I said, I was my husband's caregiver. It was so bad in that nursing home until I was ready to put him on my back and drag him out of there. Like, we can't do this. His whole spirit lifted up when I brought him home, even though it was a lot of work to be done. I know when he went on and the Lord took him, that he was far more peaceful and happier having been home than in a place. They didn't go in the room. He would tell me when I was sick, Father, they didn't even come in the room to see me. They only bought my food. A young man came in the middle of the night trying to take his cell phone and his charger. When I would speak to people, because I try to be nice, they looking at their phone. They didn't even look up to say anything to me. One man was constantly hollering down the hall, somebody, somebody. I asked a young lady, there's a man calling. He always hollering. Is anybody going to go see about him? He be all right. I walked back down the hall, peeped in the room, like, excuse me, sir. I heard you calling. Is everything okay? I need somebody to adjust me and fix my pillow, and nobody paying me no mind. He was a white man. It didn't matter. I'm like, Lord have mercy. I went in the room. There was a older black woman in there. I don't know if she was visiting or what, but I went in the room. I just started talking, and I moved and adjusted him as best I could, and stayed there talking for a minute. His whole demeanor shifted. It showed somebody cared. Okay. The lady started talking, and finally, when everything seemed all right, I went on about my business. There was another man in the hallway. He just looked just down. He was sitting in a wheelchair. He just looked down. And I just started talking to him. How you doing today, sir? How's it going? And he looked up surprised that somebody was paying him attention. A lot of these places are overstaffed. I mean, understaffed. Okay, they're experiencing, and the patients are going through physical abuse, psychological abuse, financial. Some people lose their houses to pay for care. Now they're trapped in that system. Okay, whether you go in and you support the patients or the staff, encourage them. Bake some cookies, some cupcakes. I just came in and say, well done, good job. When they know somebody's watching, when they know somebody cares, it can make a difference in how they come into work and their attitudes. Okay. We're not going in to try to blame. We're not going in to point fingers. No, 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 no. We're going in to minister. Okay. Sometimes you can go in intent to do one thing and the need is in another thing. Okay. It may be that you wanted to support the staff. My friend, like I said, she's a retired nurse. She talked about how the family member came out of the room and was so disgusted about something, they cussed her out. She hadn't even been part of whatever was wrong. And she kept going, but it brought her down. This is the nurse. So when you go in there, have a kind and encouraging word for the patients, for the staff, from the guy that mops the floor to the doctors and the nurses, to the family members, the caregivers. A lot of the family members are overwhelmed. They're coming to see their loved one, but they're also dealing with the fact, me, that God get ready to take them. You trying to be strong for the person you care about, but somebody needs to show care for you. And I remember when the chaplain came to the house, I was just burnt out and just still going. Everybody was going to see him. And I went and sat in the living room, and the chaplain came and spoke to me. And I'm like, is there anything I can help you with? I'm expecting her to go back in there with my husband. And the chaplain said, no, how are you doing? And it surprised me. The caregivers can be so just wore out, okay, that the caregiver doesn't even know to ask for care because everything is going towards the the patient, okay? And the caregiver and the chaplain told me, be kind to yourself, take care of yourself, forgive yourself. And I thought that forgive yourself part was interesting. But they were like, you can get so stressed out that you may say things that you feel guilty for. You may start doing things, have a fit, get overwhelmed. Be kind to yourself. You know, sometimes the caregiver can end up in the casket before the one they're taking care of. Just wore out. Anybody that knows me from my site knows I lost so much weight. I didn't even realize I was losing weight. I wanted him to be home. They had him on medicine every 4 hours, which meant I was sleep deprived. I was trying to make sure he got the medicine, he wasn't in pain. Um, the caregivers, the family, that's a ministry. Okay. And remember, like I said, Yeshua said, when you did it for the least of your brethren, you did it for me. You visited me when I was sick. Okay. You did it for me when I was hungry. Sometimes the greatest hunger is the word of God. Okay. And it can get so deep. Let's be clear. There are strangers among us that may not be Yasharel, but our Father told us, do not neglect the strangers among us. When I went down the hall, the man was in a wheelchair. He was a stranger. Okay, but he was so dejected, so until I said something to him, he became lively. Okay, there's a ministry with your name on it. Okay, it's a voluntary ministry. It's not, they're not going to pay you. You call the recreational manager at these different care facilities. Whether you donate 1 hour a day, out of the week, maybe a couple hours, whatever you can do, it makes a difference. All that chaplain sat down and said to me was, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, forgive yourself. I remember it to the point that even once my husband passed, those words were still ministering to me that, okay, you've done so much for the other person. You need to do something for yourself. Okay, go take a bubble bath. Go out and buy yourself something. Or just take the phone off the hook and watch a favorite movie. If you had a fit, stress, sickness, all is going on, it can bring out fits and hollering. Forgive yourself. Okay, her words, and it was a female chaplain. They ministered. They are still at work, beloved. And understand something. Your sacrifice, trust me, it's going up like a sweet smelling incense before the nostrils of God. Whether you choose to go and speak to patients, there are patients nobody goes and sees. Okay, I saw a young lady, beautiful, got in some kind of accident. Boom, she's paralyzed and she laying up in the bed. There, but by the grace of God. It's not. Some people think nursing home. Oh, that's old people. No, darling, that's any people, all people, could be us people, depending on what happened. Okay. And it could be somebody you love so much, but you got to go to work. They need care. And now they're in that facility. And you can't even hardly get peace because you don't want these people mistreating, overlooking, ignoring, abusing your loved one or you. Okay. I done asked God after seeing all of that with my husband. I brought him home and they were trying to tell me don't do it. He needed everything. He couldn't stay up on his feet. um it got to the point like you taking care of a baby. Not to say he couldn't talk, but when you got to go to the bathroom, you got to go, and you have to be respectful when you go, because a lot of us know we've had at least one moment in our lives that we ate something didn't work for us. We tried to make it to the bathroom, didn't make it. The only difference is nobody knows but you. Okay. But you still have respect. You allow them their dignity. You allow them their sense of self. Okay. The same way with the workers. Man, I'm doing a double shift because three of them called out. And this person burnt out. You got to be the one go in and encourage them. Well, do you need any help? Is there something I could do? Anything I could do, because I want to help. Okay, it makes all the difference. Okay, that worker look at you. Well, shoot, I gotta mop them floors. Where's the bucket? Where's the mop? I got you. I got you. You can come back and tell me, is that good enough, or should I go over it again? Okay. You got to get the food cart around, and you got two floors and one you. All right, if you trust me, you put on your mask, you follow me, and give me the food cart. Okay, I'm the volunteer. I'll take it around to, A side or whatever, and you go in with a kind word. It's an honor to serve. We got eyes that are open, beloved, in the spirit. Our eyes are open. That it could be us or somebody that we love. Okay, whether it's the patient, whether it's the staff, or whether it's the family, the caregivers, because they coming out of there just done by everything they're faced with. Okay, we are that ministering angel. We're coming in from the glory of God, and we're sharing and we're building up the body. Okay, and don't look for money. This is voluntary, but this is a need so great. It's known all over the country. So if you got any free time, you go in and you either ask, can I go in the rec center? I want to read some scripture, and we share out. Okay. You might blow up and become the minister that everybody wants. You hear about so and so, man, I'm going in there today, or you may just be the one that you're changing lives in there. You understand? That son, that daughter, that brother, that sister, that mother, that father, that friend hears you. Okay. And it literally changes lives. You may even get a multiplier going. Well, I mean, they see you and find out what you're doing, and they decide they're going to do it too, because they know how badly it's needed. They see it, they experiencing it. I did. I'm asking the Lord, what can I do, Father? Tell me, what can I do? Okay. I don't need my name on a billboard. They don't have to put an offering around for me. This is my offering to the Most High. This is my offering to the brothers and sisters, my offering to the people in need, while praising that it's not me. See, there's a blessing in you being a blessing. Wait a minute, this could be me. Because some of them people in there are young. They're not just old, they're young. Okay, and trapped. They feel trapped. Suddenly I'm in a nursing home and can't get out. I lost my legs. I can't move anymore, or I got limited movement. It's going to take months before I can get up out of here. You could be talking to a rich man's child, okay? Never knowing who you dealing with. Okay, I'm talking about for those that if Yah wants to bless you, if God want to bless you. Some people, it can be a rich person in there. We couldn't find any more room. They don't even know who this person is. They might have lost consciousness, got this person in there, and you coming in, and then when they coming out of groggy, you doing what you can and talking to them. It could be a rich person. You don't know. I'm just saying, for those who go, you talking about voluntary? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Voluntary. Okay. Everything I saw my husband go through, people stuck on their cell phones, uh, the doctors, the nurses who talk at the patients and not to the patient. And many of those patients are so depressed. Okay. My husband was, until I told him they wanted him to stay. I'm taking him home. I don't care if I gotta put him on my back and fireman carry him out of here. When he realized I was gonna take him home, his whole demeanor woke up. He just woke up. Okay, we going home. That's right, we going home, baby. Okay. Um, this is what's needed. It's a three-pronged ministry. You got patients, you got staff, and you got family. And family can have that caregiver. giver in it. Okay. All of them. And it might interchange. You could go in there to help the staff, and they good, but the family's having a problem. So you go minister to them. Or you might go for the family and it's the staff that's needed that day. Or you might go for the staff and it's the patients. You just walking around talking to people, going in rooms. Here was somebody never gets a visit. How you doing, Mr. So and so? How you doing, Miss So and so? Is it all right if I come and sit and visit with you? I remember you. Some of them might be ornery. Okay, you gotta remember when you're sick. If you're in pain, okay, you trying to lay down and get better, you're in pain. So you kind of irritable. You're in an unknown place with unknown people. So if they act irritable, think of how you feel. Put yourself in that same position and you'd understand real easy. Okay, that's why you gotta have that armor on when you go in. I got my mind right when I go in, no matter what's said, no matter what's done. I'm staying focused. I ain't turning to the left or to the right. I'm going straight ahead. Okay. If the person holler, leave my room, get out. You have a blessed day and walk on. Just walk on. You don't catch an attitude. Don't let your face change. You just be that ministering angel. And Yah who sees all things will see you too. We can change that whole reputation about how nursing homes are, because right now it's a terrible thing. It's scary to end up in a nursing home because of how people are treated, the staff, the patients, and the family. I was there. I'm like, well, where's everybody at? Did anybody come? Nobody came to see me. That scared me. On top of dealing with him being sick, now I got the weight of, if I leave, you ain't even being treated right. It mess with your head. You already stressed out, especially if they get ready to pass away. There's a calling, beloved, and it got your name on it. All you got to do is 1 hour. You can do 1 hour a week, wherever. Okay. You call the recreational managers of these nursing homes and ask them, can I come in? I just want to speak a word. Or I want to, me and my friends, we bake some cookies and cupcakes. While I'm there speaking a word, I want to give the staff something. It's an appreciation for all the hard work y'all do. What? You voted for us? For you. Watch that change you're going to create. Watch it. Watch it. Remember now, word of God go out, don't come back void. Do exactly what he purposed it to do. We can change the world where everybody's not scared of nursing homes and they change the way these people who are in nursing facilities, their experiences. Okay. I'm telling you, some of these people, they're in there so long, they take their homes from them for payment. Now the person want to go home, they ain't no home to go to. This is how deep this situation is. And I wanted to put it out there because instead of just thinking about everything that happened, I'm going to be part of the I'm going to be part of the solution, beloved. I want to be part of help make it right. I just want my little light to shine in a very dark place. And if enough of us take our lights in there, we will blind people with the light of God. I'm about to come off. Like I said, I didn't want it to be so long, people won't look at it. And there is a great need, beloved. So you be encouraged and be an encouragement to others. We're building up the body. Remember, not only are we the body, we building that body up. So I'm wishing everybody a beautiful day. All praise, honor, and glory unto the Most High. And take whatever gifting and calling Yah put on you and let your light shine. We can blind this darkness and just blow it up with nothing but light. Y'all have a beautiful day, beloved. Shalom.